What's going on, y'all? East Texas Trucker here. Made it through another week. It was a crazy week. We finally got the truck fixed. Let's get into it.
Hey, another quick update for you guys. Got into the shop for B service today. It's supposed to be just an oil change, check things out. But turns out our shocks were totally clapped out and had to get them replaced. And man, it was tough to get them off. So let me show you guys. Brand new shocks on both sides. And to get these the old bolts off of the old shocks, I don't know if you can see, they had to weld them and saw them off. They were so rusted, couldn't get them off. So those were the original shocks that came with the truck off the assembly line. So this truck's at 510,000 miles. It needed some new shocks, and my butt's gonna be happy with those new shocks too. So new shocks. What else did we get? Finally got new glad hands. They were rusted, kind of hard to get on. And apparently one of our axle oil seals was out and leaking, so got that replaced. And we're getting back on the road, gonna be able to make our delivery in time in Missouri, and we'll go from there. Well, y'all, we got ourselves on a little bit of a pickle here. Got sent over here to see if I can get this trailer repaired. I got rejected down the way at the Georgia Pacific, and I was making the turn already before saw the gates were closed, and we got to back out onto this highway. And it's fine with the engine off. I can hear whether there's cars or not coming, but I turned the truck on. I can't hear shit, obviously. And from here, I can't see because of that trailer. And on this side, I can't hear because of this trailer. So we just bit the bullet and asked for a squad car to come over here, and just in case. I just don't want to risk pulling out in front of somebody, you know. So I don't know, probably a rookie thing, but I'm sure the policeman's gonna laugh at me, but hey, this day's been bad enough. I just don't need to make it worse, you know. So we'll catch up with y'all later. Say hi, kitty.
So here we are, made it home. Another long week out on the road, and man, it was something else. Started out looking real good. Headed over to the Dallas-Fort Worth to pick up our first load for the week, and picking up our first load. Picking up our first load. Go under or back in the dock, get out of the truck, you know, setting everything up, and there's a puddle of coolant under my truck. So I don't know if y'all been paying attention to my other videos, but this truck I've got here, this 2017 LT, I've had a couple issues with various coolant related issues. I had to get a new water pump a few weeks ago, and that thing was leaking for a while. I think I was running like a small coolant leak for probably 2 weeks, which is way too long, really. I was pushing my luck with that. So tried to learn from that experience and get this truck into the shop, get the problem fixed much sooner this time, because something a mechanic told me is if you don't schedule or plan for maintenance, then the maintenance will schedule itself. And that is true. You push it too long, it's going to break down on you. So I had a good pre-plan for about 3 days set up ahead of me, and I was losing probably half a gallon of coolant a day at that point on Monday. And over the course of 3 days, I went through about 3 gallons of coolant, and it did turn out that the coolant was leaking out of the radiator. You can see it coming out of the seams of the plastic and some of the hoses that go in at the top. So what we did was ran our pre-plan, and on our load home, stopped by the shop in Little Rock, got it in there, and had to get a new radiator. It didn't hold pressure when they did the test on it. I mean, it was losing a good bit of coolant. Like, you stop for like 5-10 minutes and there you already see a good puddle of coolant on the ground. Like that, you can't be going through coolant like that and expect to be staying out on the road for very long. So, you know, this is probably the original radiator on this truck. This truck's, you know, right now it's at 520,000 miles. I got it at 495, so probably the original radiator. I mean, that's not bad, right? Like 500,000 miles for a radiator. So, you know, that's just part of having a truck at this mileage. You're going to have to replace things, take care of it. So, got a new radiator, and also we've been running with no AC for about 2.5-3 weeks. And we finally got that taken care of as well. Turned out it needed an expansion valve. So we're back to having cool air in the truck, not having to roll the windows down all the time. And I tell you, it's about time, because it's getting too warm out here, especially in Texas, Louisiana, too humid. It isn't doing too much rolling the windows down. So got the AC fixed. We're going to be able to get our cat back in the truck, our furry co-pilot, and yeah, it should be nice. So I know that I mentioned in my previous video update that I was working on that 2-month, I guess, review of my experience here at TLI. So I was thinking I was going to get that done last weekend, but it didn't end up happening because I'm going to have to do some work like on the video, like editing side, to actually make that happen. I think, you know, where it's actually helpful. Looking at probably using OBS, open broadcast software, and actually using my laptop to make that video, go over pay stubs, you know, go over the numbers a bit more instead of just, you know, talking about it. So for those of y'all who really want a good, I guess, idea of the nitty gritty, what you're making at this company, what you could make realistically, what the miles I'm getting here, and because they are still hiring right now. I mean, every week I go into the terminal there in Little Rock, there's 5 to 8 new drivers a week coming through. They're getting new trucks. Actually, I'll probably add this into this video, the next one, but they got finally starting to get in some of their new trucks. There's new Freightliners, and they are getting new international LTs with APUs. And I believe the Freightliners are going to the teams, and then the internationals are going to the new solo drivers, or just solo drivers in general. So they're definitely pulling in a lot of new drivers. Companies expanding. They got a lot of open routes. I'll post a link in the description for the job openings here. There's a ton of dedicated routes. There's some OTR. There's a lot of team runs. So if y'all are looking for that, this is a great company to check out. All right, so I'll see y'all later.